Welcome to Blue Ridge Mountain Homestead. I'm Farmer Ebu, and on today's episode, we're gonna plant some seeds. So why don't you join us as we go seeding? So we're using the Burpee Organic Seed Starting Mix. This stuff apparently gets good reviews, and apparently it helps your seeds germinate, which is what's the goal here, right? So seeds pretty much have a little bit of food to help them germinate. Then after that, they might need a little help. This has some plant food in it. So at some point, we'll have to start feeding them, right? Or they're gonna die. But that's our goal here, is to get these things planted, or else guess what? We're gonna have to go to Lowe's and spend a bunch of money on real plants. So let's try to do it the cheaper way. Use seeds, it's economical. Plus we get a better variety. So let the games begin, right? So first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my mask on, because I don't want to breathe in any of this stuff because the wind is blowing, and that's never a good thing, right? An N95 mask would be great, but if you don't have that, one of these cheap 50-cent masks will probably work, right? So if my voice sounds muffled, it's because I got a mask on. Sorry, I don't want to die. So I got gloves on, see? I don't want to get stuff. I mean, these guys don't have splinters and garbage and stuff. It's also kind of more expensive. I got this at Tractor Supply. We're not being sponsored. We bought this stuff on our own. I'm hoping it works. And hopefully in a week or so, we'll prove it. I just gotta open the bag. All right. My assistant was able to open the bag for me. It is a resealable bag, which is good, in case we don't use all this. So, now we have a slight strategy here, and that is our lights won't cover the whole tray. So we're gonna try to fill up.
We're not gonna plant this whole tray.
I don't have room for like 200 plants or something. But, you know, I do want to plant some in case some don't come up, right? Because that's a possibility. So we're doing that. And then, you know, if you have gloves, you can just do this a little bit, right?
On your wobbly table.
A wobbly table, hey, low budget production, right? So we're just basically filling that all in. Okay, my producer just informed me I wasn't filling this up right. So we're gonna go all the way to the edges here. So that's all good. I'll go to the edge here. Okay. Since I brought this spade out, might as well use it. So. All right. So I think that's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other one as well. So these guys need a lot of water because they can hold water, and if you just hit it with a little mister, you know, you're not going to get it all the way down. In fact, we might have to hit this twice just to make sure it's soaking wet. Now I've got this on a hose here on mist because I want to make a mess, but I'm probably going to go to a heavier duty, but we're going to turn on slightly, and we have no water. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we had a technical issue here. Farmer Ebu forgot to turn the actual faucet on where the hose is. He remembered the basement for winterization, but forgot this part. So, without further ado, I got some mist. We're going to water this guy a couple times, possibly, to make sure it soaks in. I don't want to get the cameras wet. Oh, we got air in the line. Imagine that. Let's clear that. There we go. All right. So we'll do that in a second. Now that we got the top layer a little wet, let's go something heavier duty. That's why we want to do this in an area that we can make a mess. We're not trying to wash the seeding mix away. That's why we're trying to be careful. We can see it kind of puddling a little bit, but then it soaks in.
So let's let it sit for maybe 15 minutes and then...
Yeah, we're gonna come back out here and do this again, but I want to at least get one good dose on it. We'll let it soak in. Yeehaw. All right, we let some time go by, and we're going to go ahead and put in a second dose just to help make sure this stuff soaks through. All right, so
Good.
I'm looking at how much dirt is draining, so I'm thinking we did a good job there. So next up is the seeding process.
Okay, so I've set this up where I put my little label here, and I'm going to plant this row first with lavender. So here's my lavender, and the seed packet will tell you what you need to do. So this is, we need to plant it at a depth of 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. Start seeds indoors any time of the year. Okay, so one of the things I can tell you is, I don't even know if you can see this, but these seeds,
They're pretty tiny.
are really tiny. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get these in here.
There's some advice to plant twice the depth of like the diameter of
Because
the seed.
I just lost those two. So.
We just lost them. That's okay. But yeah, but they give us instructions, so we have to follow those.
So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to put a little tiny hole with my fingers in each one. What I kind of think is a 1/4 inch. Because we're going to be dusting this with soil. And I'm telling you, these holes, I'm not necessarily may get one seed in there. I might get multiple seeds in there, and I don't really care.
Well, we can, if we're fortunate enough to have multiple,
I'll just thin them out.
just thin them out.
Because these are so small, there's no way for me to really even know if I'm getting them in the daggone hole. And these seeds don't cost hardly anything. So whatever it is, it is.
And that's the good thing about this seed starting mix is it's like fine. So it's not like they have to really work hard to form a root ball in this stuff.
Wow.
You might already have some lavender in this stuff because I bumped the lavender bush bringing this down here, Boo-Boo. So who knows?
I don't know. Most of these have way more than one seed in there.
Yeah.
Some of them might have 5. I don't know if they're going to crowd each other out or what, but there's no way I can get one seed in here. So we'll see what comes up, right? So next up, we have zucchini. These are black beauties. These are direct seed or set out indoor started transplants after the last frost date. It does not give you, yeah, they're big, and they're big.
So go with the general thought of twice the diameter or something. But they're kind of flat though.
I don't know. I wish they would give some kind of instruction.
I don't know. I'd probably go 1/2 inch deep, so poke just a little deeper. You know, do not go to your first on your finger, Boo-Boo, you know, because that would be like 1 inch. You only want about half that.
Oh, well. This is our first adventure, so we'll see what happens.
Sure.
If nothing comes up, we'll be as close by plants. Starts. Okay, celery. These seeds are so tiny. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to get them in here, to be honest with you. I think I might just pour them in here. That's a celery seed, if you can even see it in there. Yeah. I have no idea how I'm going to get these seeds in here. I don't know. I may not end up with any celery.
Well, celery might be one of those things where you just sprinkle them in there, Boo-Boo, and then we'll just cover it with the dirt dust. Because I don't know if you need to indent for those guys.
So I'm planting chives, parsley, basil, oregano, and thyme. So let me go ahead and finish planting this tray and I'll be back. Okay, so in this tray, we are doing the tomatoes and peppers. So we have San Marzano tomatoes, Cherokee Purple, Romas, Paul Robeson. We have the peppers. We have California Wonder. We are going to be planting giant Marconi and Anaheim, but I can't find my seeds, so I got to go buy some, and jalapeno. So starting with San Marzano. These are saying plant at a depth of 1/4 inch. So
That's just a little nub.
So it's a little nub?
Yeah. Your first digit.
Nub. Nub.
Whoa, that's way too deep, baby.
Nub. 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 Nub.
1/4 inch is just tapping it.
I'm just tapping each one of these because I don't want to be here all day. So I'm going to tell you, we're going to have to thin these because I can't get one seed in each of these holes. That's just a fact, Jack. That one I did. Most of these is getting 2. That one got 3. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of these and we'll be back. So we got all the seeds planted. We did add a couple cherry tomatoes, and I do need to get the Marconis and the Anaheims. So one of the things, so what we're going to do is a light dusting over the top of each one of these. They need to be sowed 1/4 inch, most of them.
If you have like a strainer, that probably would make life a little easier maybe.
So the seeds planting was kind of difficult with some seeds. I got like 4 or 5 seeds in some of these. So we're going to have a lot of thinning if they actually all germinate. Oh well. Some of those seeds were like dust. So I don't know. I can't help that. So I'm not going to sit down and pick out one little thing.
I mean, I'd like to think God would have made it a little easier out in the wild, you know, where they just land in dirt and they magically grow. But here we gotta be so particular, right? Gotta buy this right mix, get wet. And for the peppers and the tomatoes, we gotta put little heat mats because apparently it's not warm enough for them yet. So this is a Chapin sprayer, right? You spray all kinds of stuff. So I've already pumped it up a little bit. I don't want to like pump it too much because I don't want too much pressure. I just want to spray it gently. Pump it a little more.
Get the jalapeno, boo.
We just want like a little gentle misting, right? Because we don't want to be blasting stuff away. It's not like make a big old mess here. You impressed with my skills, boo?
I am. Very, very nice. Is that organic water?
What's organic water?
It's not an organic sprayer.
Not river water, if that's what you want to know. So rumor has that we might have to water these poor guys up to 3 times a day to try to keep the tops all wet till they germinate.
At what point do you start bottom watering? As soon as they germinate?
No, because the roots aren't going to be... Just because they germinate doesn't mean the roots are like 2 to 3 inches deep.
At some point when the roots get down there, you can start just putting water in the bottom of the tray.
Right.
And not water from the top.
Yeah. But for right now, that ain't going to happen. All right, let's go ahead and go inside the tent and we'll show you what the setup looks like. All right, we've got the top one there with a couple of lights and got a light over there in the corner. And then down below is where we've got the herbs and flowers and stuff. They're using individual lights. I forgot what the brand is, but it's kind of weird. You daisy chain them together and they just basically work. They weren't long enough, so we had to put one crosswise to fill in the gap down there. Up here, we got the Root Farm ones. They're just a touch short. So that's why we're using the Marsh Hydro to fill in. Marsh Hydro apparently is really powerful, so he can be, you know, like a foot in the air, and he will dry that dirt out, or whatever you want to call that seed mix. The Root Farms and even the little bad boys down there, they're not nearly as hot. In fact, they're just lukewarm, so they don't dry out. And they're probably not as powerful, so they need to be like right on top of the dirt or right on top of the plants while they germinate. And then you raise them as the plants get taller. And we've already done that a little bit here. The root forms. We got these. Forget, Amy's gonna have the name for them, but basically these are strings that are adjustable. They hook up to the individual lights here, or even with the Mars Hydro, they got the wires, and it's just basically kind of like a keychain looking clasp here, you know, just really easy to operate. And then up here, you have a little thing up here, and you can release or increase the slack to raise or lower them. Over here in the corner, I've got a standard timer, you know, that you use around Christmas time. We turn the lights on for 12, 14 hours, whatever was recommended. So that way they go on and off every night, every day. The other ones, things that aren't plugged in, these are plugged into the timer, and these are the power adapters for the lights. We have some other things back here in the corner that aren't plugged into the timer, so they're on all the time. We got them under this top tray because these are primarily chili peppers and tomatoes, which want warmth. In fact, I think that's upside down, but that's what it is, if you can read it backwards. Vivosun, I think Vivosun. We might have done a review on all this stuff a long time ago on Amy's other channel when we were trying to do the hydroponics and stuff. But the bottom line is we've got room for expansion over here. So for next year easily, you know, we have another rack in here. We could probably cram something over in this corner as well if we really wanted to. Just depends. But, you know, if we get a huge high tunnel and we need literally hundreds and hundreds of plants, then yeah, we could definitely do that. So, all right, back to the games. All right, so we have a little status. This is like day 4 is now complete, and we've got a Paul Robble something. I think that's a tomato or something. Well, Robinson, Paul Robinson, whatever that is. So that's definitely visible. Down there somewhere is a black strawberry, little baby. He just popped up since this morning. So that's it for the top. Let's look down here at the bottom. I do see something. Something's in there. He's not showing up on video, but he is there. And it's a basil. So we have our first basil. I don't see anything else popping up down here. So we do got confirmed basil. Don't know what didn't show up. That's odd. Oh well, we'll check in the morning and see what else pops up.
Okay, what do we got going today, Bill? Look at that.
Overnight, a lot of basil.
Wow, we got boom, boom.
A lot of basil germinated.
There's some coming up.
Some oregano.
There's a ton.
Yeah, they're little babies, but overnight they popped up. Because last night we only had basil.
Look at that. And look at, there's a ton over here. One of the problems is I may have overseeded them.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're gonna have to, that's craziness. You're gonna have to lift these lights up a little bit, Boo. They're awfully close, so we're gonna have to lift these lights just a little bit.
Well, you have some things germinating and some things not, so. So you got some Romas, you got some Paul Robinsons, you got the Cherokee purples, so.
We got something coming up. Got all kind of stuff over here. Those are Cherokee purples.
You got something over in the sweetie pie.
Got a sweetie. Wow, this is fun. So everyone, we'll keep you posted on the next video how these plants are going. We're looking good. We are late start in the season. Our last frost date is May 2nd, so I think we're maybe 2 or 3 weeks late, but it's all good, right?
We've had freeze warnings in the middle of May, so when they say a last freeze date, that's just an average.
Yeah. So it seems kind of weird for us because California, the last frost is probably, I don't know, February?
A month or two ago.
Yeah. So it seems kind of late, but we got germination, folks. So our very first garden on the homestead is underway.